Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tarendra.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good evening, Narendra ji.
Good evening, Sri Salamji. How are you?
Good
Fine,
evening,
sir.
everyone.
Good evening,
Very
everybody.
uh,
Good evening.
class.
नरेंद्र जी हम लोग को भी
Yes.
पवित्र कर दीजिए
अरे हमको
हैं? महाकुंभ होके आ गए आप
यस महाकुंभ होके आ गया मजा आ गया
हाउ द थिंग्स आर देयर
एवरीथिंग सुपर
इंग्लिश में बता रहा है
who is gone there eating take time. So it's 4:16. I think it's time that we should start the
Yes.
breakout rooms so that let's enjoy that. We already was almost touching 100 in 1 second. Yeah, great. So for all those people who have come new here, so friends, what we are doing now is for next 15 minutes, we have a breakout room session of fellowship. That means all of us can network with fellow Rotarians whom we are going to meet maybe for the first time or might have met earlier. But let's try to understand each other, enjoy that part of networking between the members. So just adding the breakout rooms.
Good evening, sir. All good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good.
Can you please arrange to join me in some other room because in my room nobody's speaking. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Preeti.
Just
Hello.
Hello, I was not conscious I'm part of any room. Hello, I'm Tina Virk from Rotary Club.
Yeah, you have moved to another room now.
Because in my room nobody's speaking.
Yeah, we'll try to move you. Have you come back to the main?
Hello, this is
Yes.
Subisha with you. Then am I in which room?
Subisha will move into a room. If you're only here, that means you're not moved. We are moving you to the room.
Right.
I have also come. Hello, this is Parajan from District 3141, RCVK. Please move me also in some other room. I by
You're
mistake
room
came back to
currently.
this room.
Not a which room?
Hi, this is Sonal Chandalia from 3141. So, which room am I supposed to be in?
One of the rooms. You can just select any of the rooms, Sonam.
Okay, thank you.
Click on the breakout room and you can select any room.
Can anybody help me how to select the breakout room? I am new
Click
to.
on the breakout room button. Just click on the breakout room button. When you click on the breakout room button, there's an option to select room. Don't go to room
Where,
number 1.
where is that breakout room button?
Yeah, we're not able to locate that.
Okay, on the
मिल गया room.
feature,
More
on the Zoom,
breakout rooms on the more. Yeah, I found it.
On the Zoom?
On
there's
the
a
more, madam, where is the more it is written?
Good evening.
No, I'm sorry, that's not showing up only on the Zoom one when you press the Zoom button. It's still not showing the breakout. I'm unable to join another breakout room.
Sonalji, you're logged in through mobile or from laptop.
Through mobile, but it had come earlier. Now I cannot see that button. It was there earlier. In fact, I had moved to a room and I came back here.
Okay, just click on the breakout room button. You will get a breakout room button on the screen for sure.
Oh, I'm just checking again. Thank you. Yeah, I saw it now. Thank you.
Hello, Narendra sir. Audio is not audible.
See, now there is no audio. We are actually moving everybody to a breakout room for next 4 minutes. So once that is done, we are getting you back into the main screen. The program will start exactly at 4:30.
हेलो नंदराव जी। हेलो
இருக்காங்க
Yes.
யாருங்க
गुड इवनिंग नंदराव जी। बेग रूम का ज्वाइन करने का क्या सिस्टम है?
பாருங்க மொத்தம் எத்தனை பேர் இருக்காங்கடா இப்ப 27 பேர் தான் இருக்கிறாங்க 200 பேர் இருப்பாங்க அப்படியா முதல்ல 27
नरेंद्र
கூட
राव जी
வருமே
बेग रूम ज्वाइन करना क्या क्या सिस्टम है ये बेग रूम?
Don't worry, अभी 1 minute में
யாருங்க
room. Everybody will back here.
கேளுங்க நம்பர் சொல்லு
नरेंद्र राव जी बेग रूम कैसे ज्वाइन करना है? बेग रूम टेल मी।
1 second, 1 second. We are closing the breakout room in next 10 seconds. Don't worry. Good evening, everybody. It's 4:29 and we're all back in the main.
Good evening.
Yeah. Kids also today.
Narendra
Namas-
Raghu here.
Namaskar, Gunjit ji.
I have a couple of points before we start. May I bring it?
ಮಗ ನಾನೊಂದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕಣೋ ಏನೋ ನಾನು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ
Gurjit ji, good evening.
ಇದೆಯಾ
गुड इवनिंग
Gunjit ji, good evening.
सर।
Congratulations.
आ गए आप. Congratulations, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू।
Anshuman ji, we can start. Your mic is off. Anshuman, your mic is off.
Yes, good afternoon, my friends. So, welcome to another edition of the master class. Today's master class, my dear friend, is very, very special. This topic we have chosen on the request of the participants. Normally, this master class, we used to perform the weekly master class session based on some of the facilities which are available in the website and in the app. But During our discussion for the past so many weeks, those who are regular participants and also those who are casual participants, they expressed their eagerness to learn something more on some relevant Rotary topic, which may be helpful for them for administering their service projects and also to enhance their knowledge base. So on this note, and to start this additional series of our knowledge sharing topics, today we are going to discuss on global grants, how a club can start a global grant, how they can manage a global grant, how they can conceptualize the global grant, and to understand the nitty-gritty of the global grant. I have seen from my experience that not more than 10% of the clubs in a district, they are engaged in doing global grants. Many are having a misconception that so many paperworks and documentations are needed. It is better not to do the global grant. Whatever money we do have, let us do projects with those money. But Rotarians often forget that whatever money you have, only you can source an international minimum 3 to 4 times and even more based on the generosity of the international partner. In our district 3291, we have seen the generosity of the international partners where only by contributing $500 or $1,000 by the home club or home district, a $30,000 or $40,000 global grant are being done by the generosity of the international partner club and the international partner district. Today, we are having a hands-on experienced Rotarian, past President Rotarian Ravi Prakash ji from District 3142, who has personally done global, not only global grants, but also CSR grants also. And I'm sure that during today's discussion, he will open up a new plethora of areas where more and more clubs will be interested to start doing global grants. Even the smaller and medium level clubs who feel that they alone cannot do a global grants of their own, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 clubs of a particular district, or even more than one Rotary district, they can join hands and do a global grant. Likewise, if one international partner club cannot provide the required fund and other supports, you can have multiple international partner clubs from several international districts as well to support you in a collaborative mode to start and do a global grant. But more importantly, when you do such a grant, the Rotary Foundation office, especially the South Asia office and the international office, they are very, very helpful to guide, fulfill the criteria, how to do the application, how to do the survey before the application. And if there are any shortcomings, they don't reject or cancel your global grants. They will send you query, they will guide you. More than that, your district has the District Rotary Foundation chair, who also is a experienced Rotarian. And also we have the Regional Rotary Foundation coordinator. We have our district governor. We have our Rotary International director. So there are so many Rotarians who are having experienced knowledge base, and they can guide the Rotary clubs and the Rotarians to do the global grant. I will request more and more Rotarians to participate in global grants, which will also give you the feel of the internationality of Rotary. So welcome Rotary and past President and past Assistant Governor Ravi Prakash ji. I will request our webmaster Naren Rao to formally introduce Ravi Prakash ji. But before that, we have our General Coordinator PDG Gurjit Singh Seko. I will request Gurjit to please share some of your views on today's topic. And if there are any other zonal coordinator, I will request Naren to highlight them as well. And then introduce past. As usual, after his presentation, we'll take up the question and answer related to today's topic. And after today's session, by today's evening, from our system, we'll send you an email highlighting the discussion on today's topic and also the YouTube link of the today's masterclass as well. And I'm so very happy that today, by now, we are having almost 300 participants. This is, I feel, my dear friend, is some sort of a record in masterclass in recent weeks. And that shows the enthusiasm and interest of various Rotary clubs and the Rotarians to know more about this important topic. So over to Gurjit and then to Naren.
But before going over to Gurjit ji, so let's congratulate Gurjit Singh Sikho for becoming the member of RI Membership Growth Committee for the year 25 to 28. So Anshuman ji, you can talk about this for a second before.
No, I have already congratulated him before the start of the
Your
session.
mic was off at that time. Your mic was off.
Oh, okay. Now, I congratulated Gurjit for two reasons. First is, he was the international training facilitator at the Orlando International Assembly for the incoming district governors. And he did his job in an excellent way. I got feedback from the incoming district governors that Gurjit and other Indian facilitators, they were outstanding. So thank you and congratulations, Gurjit, for that. And of course, this assignment, we are extremely proud. Today, in some of the website, some of the WhatsApp groups, our RI director, Raju Subramaniam, has informed us about this. Two Rotarians from India has got two assignments. And out of that, our zonal coordinator of this Rotary India platform, past Governor Gurjit Singh Seko, got appointment for 3 years from 2025 to 2028 as a member of the Rotary International Membership Growth Committee. Probably most of you know that he was the RC. He was the regional coordinator looking after the membership for his zone for 3 years. And he was excellent in his job. And once he completed that assignment, even after that, the Rotary in South Asia banged on him, and we also, for any update and any data on any membership related issue and feedbacks worldwide or our zone wise or even district wise. So congratulations, Gurjit, for this prestigious assignment. And I'm sure that we will be immensely benefited by your experience and expertise on that. Welcome.
Thank you, Anshumanji, for your kind words. And thank you, Naren Rao, for putting this up. I have always maintained that whatever little I have achieved, it has been on the shoulders of my fellow Rotarians. They are the ones who have performed, and we have benefited from their hard work. Today's topic is so important, and I am not surprised that we have so many people attending this. And it is in sync with one of our priorities of increasing our impact through global grants. As Anshuman ji mentioned, this is one area where your financial resources can be multiplied and at times to such a large extent as Anshumanji mentioned, by just putting in $100 or $1,000, they've done grants worth literally say $100,000. So, and we have the best facilitator today who has the experience of having done global grants and working on corporate social responsibility. So I will another day. I'll request Narendra to have a session on membership where I'll be most happy to take questions from anyone on any membership related issue. But let's today listen to our very learned speaker on global grants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gurjit. I'm just let me introduce our today's speaker, that is BV Ravi Prakash. So Ravi Prakash is a distinguished mechanical engineer, brings over 4 decades of experience in the oil and gas industry. He joined Rotary in 2015 as a member of Rotary Club of New Bombay Seaside, that is in 3142. And during his tenure as a Silver Jubilee President in 1819, the club achieved a prestigious milestone of becoming a 100% Paul Harris club. So Ravi Prakash has been a AG for District 3142 and also has a great experience in managing global grant projects. That is the reason he is here today. And he played a vital role in executing $55,000 global grant for district and successfully completed a 50,000 worth of global grant in a Matadi hospital. Additionally, he's also secured an approval for another CSR-backed project of more than $30,500. So that means this gentleman has already got more than $1.5 lakh to his club for various projects. So now over to Ravi Prakash to manage today's show on the execution of global grants. You can share your screen now, Ravi.
Yes, welcome, Ravi Prakash ji. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, you can just.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And little bit what I know, I'm going to share with you. Normally, what all the clubs in the world, apart from the fellowship or acquaintance, we do some projects. Generally, projects is done by help of our own members' contribution. Sometimes we take the assistance of some relatives or friends, or we go to fundraising and we do the projects. And also sometimes we get some sort of corporate people will support you. There are a lot of times when it comes to a TRF, we are talking about Rotary Foundation, first come to my mind is that somebody will come and ask you for money. It is not so. It is the other part also is there. And also many times we have small focus in looking at because we are scared that how do you generate funds? I always tell that if you have a good project, fund is not a problem. Conceive the project, funds will be there. Just go through some of the slides what you have prepared, and then we can have a question and answer. Today we'll be talking about type of grants, how it works, how to get the partners, how the contribution to be done by clubs, district, and foundation, areas of focus, and most important thing in the Rotary is our stewardship and FAQ. See, the Rotary is the only organization, one of the only, maybe only one, where whatever money we contribute to the Rotary Foundation, and we get a Polaris Fellow, a major donor, etc., it comes back to the district and the club for doing the project. If you go to any other NGOs, the money goes, you don't know what is happening to that. We have multiple type of projects can be done under district grant, global grant, disaster response plan, program of scale, then CSR grants, etc. Today for our discussion, we'll focus on only on the global grants. See the magic of this. Last year, 23-24, worldwide, they are done about almost 1,300 global grant projects to the tune of $72 million. So there are some place project is happening, and why not you and me also do some projects in this? What is the requirement of global grant when you do it? You have to conceive a big project to the tune of 25 to 26 lakhs. Our 26 lakhs you take it because 87 rupees now dollar rate. It should be 30,000 US dollar. In Indian rupees, about 26 lakh rupees. It should be one of the areas of focus of Rotary. If you look at it, everything comes under Rotary. But only thing is we cannot do infrastructure development like providing a room or in the hospital, maybe in the classrooms. We cannot do it. We can do the repairs. Most important thing is club and districts must qualify doing the global grant. So you have an MOU to be signed by the district, and the district has also, and also your club has whatever the previous grant if you have, and you have to complete the grant and close the grants in time, and also money should be sent back if it is excess money. And then when you go for the global grant application in the rotary.org, you will get to know your club is qualified or not qualified. You will get a green button. If a green button means the club is qualified, otherwise it will say sorry, you cannot doing it. What are the requirements? As Anshuman was talking about, one host club is required. And you can take your supporting clubs, maybe in your own district, maybe neighboring district, maybe anywhere in the same country. Your district will be there. International partner club is required. It can be one, it can be multiple. I have a project we have done in Bangalore. There are one main club, international partner was from US. The other clubs from Europe, not even in the neighboring district. It is in Europe. So you have one district, one club in America, one club in Europe, join the hands. International partnering club and district depend upon the partnering club's requirement. What is the next? It should be long-lasting project. As an A, you do it today and tomorrow it vanishes. It should be long-lasting project, sustainable projects.
A bit slow. You can
Yeah.
go a bit slow because see there are a lot of people from different part of the country, so there are chances they may not be. Can you go to the earlier one because you're a bit?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll come back to this. The project should be at least 25 lakhs, 26 lakhs. It should be under one of the areas of focus of Rotary after 7 areas. Your club and your district must get qualified. How you get qualified? There is a grant management seminar or on the rotary.org learning center you can do and do the course. And then your club, you have to sign MOU with the district. Then only your club gets qualified. When you go to the rotary.org and you apply for start applying for the grant, when you put your club name, automatically it comes whether a club is qualified or not. If it is qualified, good luck, you can start. As far as the host club is concerned, the project wherever is happening, that is the host club, your club, and you can take supporting club, neighboring clubs or neighboring districts or anybody from the within country. Then you have a district, your own district. The international partner club is anybody outside Indian soil. Like Nepal also can be done. You can have America, you can have Japan, you can have Korea, you can have any country. It can be one club or multiple club. The multiple club need not be from the same district. It can be any district, anywhere in the world. Then you have an international partnering district also is involved. They have to also clear the papers. So that is depending upon the partnering club. Now, when you come to the projects, what project, how it should be? Now, for example, it should be a large project. In the beginning, don't think about I'll have a project of $100,000. If you're not done earlier projects, you start a baby step. Start with a $30,000, $35,000 project. Provided you have a partners, you can go ahead with a bigger one. It should be sustainable, measurable. See, it is somebody's money. It is not your money. So you have to see that is a measurable outcome should be there. If sustainable project should do it. And as I told you, you'll align to the areas of focus. And as I told you, international partner is a must. I can tell you about how the world funds get matched and everything. We can discuss subsequently. What is the cost of project? I told you 25, 26 lakhs. International partner must contribute 15%. So Anshuman we're talking about is when I was a president, when I went to the US, one of the club where interaction was there, and they said that I can give only $500. So it will not start up. So, but thing is, if you have multiple clubs giving about $1,000, $2,000, you can make it to 15%. That is minimum $30,000 project. You require $400,000 from coming from the foreign soil. It can be from the district or from the club. Please note, there is no matching grant coming from the Rotary Foundation for the club contribution. That means cash contribution. Whether your club is going to pay some money, your neighboring club will pay some money, or the international clubs pay money, they're all called club cash contribution. You will not have any support coming from the Rotary Foundation. Whereas, if the district gives under DDF, you will get 80% of the matching grant. For example, your district gives about $10,000 for a project. $8,000 will come from the Rotary Foundation. So you will become out of 30,000, 18,000 is fixed now. The international partner has to give 4,500, balance you have to generate. We will go to the example. I will show you how this can be understand better. I told you 7 areas of focus is required. When you start the project, you must have a best possible estimates. Somebody was asking me, today I know that it may cost about $80,000, but when I start the project, I am sure that it will come to $60,000. It's not doable because you are blocking $20,000 for somebody else, and you must be in a position to have the best estimates as good as you are starting the project today. For the 3-4 months time, you can have an escalation about 5% or 10%, you can keep it, but you cannot have just like a guesstimate work, you cannot work. So this is the one thing you should remember is ready for it, almost placing the order. Now, when you do the 7 areas of focus we are talking about, you cannot take the project for construction of any room or building in a global grant. If the existing building requires some sort of repair, maintenance, that can be done, but standalone construction cannot be done. For example, in a hospital, you think that you can create one more room for dialysis center. Dialysis machine can come under global grant, but creating a room is not under global grant. You cannot get support. Similarly, in the classroom, the recent case happened is, there is in Africa, there is a hospital, they wanted to provide a solar power. It was rejected because it is only an infrastructure. If they had provided a solar power along with some equipment, and they proved that there's a power shortage is there and they cannot run the hospital equipments, then you could have passed through. So you have to wait. You can check with your foundation chair in your district. They will guide you in this. What you should do first? Now all are excited. We want to do global grant, global grant, global grant. See, one thing is always clear. Mentally, you should be prepared that I must do it. You have a conviction and you should have a courage to do the global grant. It is not a big issue. Many people think that it is something the devils and this thing, both threat, nothing is that. A simple, straightforward project as long as you follow the steps. First and foremost thing is you must make your global grant to the project, your BOD and club member agree. There are instances where when the project is almost conceived, partners are ready, the BOD or club member are not accepting. They are asking multiple questions. Identify a project of 26 lakhs. You identify a project as a president or the team, but at the same time, you should be owned by the club member, at least a majority member, so that get the tentative contribution from the club. So, as Anshuman was talking in the beginning, if one club cannot do it, maybe 2, 3, 10 clubs also can do it. How it happens? If your contribution required is about $6,000 or $7,000 for doing the project, and your club historically not paying a more than $2,000 collection to TRF, expecting $6,000 to $7,000, it's going to be a little bit challenging. Then you should take your other clubs along with you and do the job, and so that other club also will have the taste of doing the global grant, and also they'll become Rotary member, become Rotarians there. Club also must, for each global grant, there should be dedicated bank account. This is also an important thing from the club to agree. You should have an independent dedicated bank account only for the global grant and must be closed before closing the global grant program. There is no necessity for having a trust for this. It is not necessary for trust. Club can do it, but you must have a dedicated bank account. Whatever interest accrued in this account must be accounted for the global grant. So that is one of the important things. Now, once your club is agreed and you identify the project, you know how much money you're going to collect from your club, you must read and understand the global grant application form. It looks like a big, about 10 pages or 20 pages form. But if you look at this one by one, without any apprehensions, I'm sure you can answer most of the questions as long as you are involved in the project. You must make one member as a primary contact for the project. You can't do it as a president. You cannot run around. One member should be there. He must be there available for you, and he should be starting to finish, including closing of accounts and reporting to RI. And this member, this project may spill over to the next year. So this member should be in a position to take up the continuous job even the following year. Now, the most important thing is conflict of interest. For example, Anshumanda is our club member, and his brother is a trustee of a hospital. Then I cannot do the project there because conflict of interest. Vice versa. For example, I'm doing a project in a hospital, and the supplier happened to be Narendra Rao. Narendra Rao is my club member. This cannot be done. There should not be any conflict. Always they ask the question multiple times: is anybody from your club member or a district officer and the family or a beneficiary or related to beneficiaries or suppliers, etc. They ask, and you have to reconfirm, and they ask 2-3 times the same questions. You have to confirm that. So if that is the case, you should not take up the project. Somebody else can do the project. Now, for example, you see how the money will, how this we're talking about. Assume that your district is appreciated your project. You go to the project, the district officers, and then they say that district will see that they will give $10,000 to you for doing the project. Since the district came from DDF, the Rotary Foundation will do the matching of $8,000. As I told you, $18,000 is already there. I'll go to the first one. Okay. Now, international club has to pay $4,500. That is because they have to do 15% minimum requirement. And international district doesn't pay anything. In such scenario, your host club has to generate $7,500. Now, if you cannot generate $7,500, you have to take somebody else also into your group. In the event, instead of in the 15%, $4,500, what international club has to give, they'll split. So 1,500 comes from the international club and 3,000 come from the DDF. What happened in that case? The DDF will give 3,000. The matching grant will become 2,500 from there for the DDF. Your club requirement for the same project, your district giving the same money. Instead of 7,000 and odd, we are giving only $5,100. So what you should do is when you're talking to international partners, you can request, Can you give some money from the foundation, DDF? You are giving for about 15%. Can I give 10% or 10% or 12% from the DDF, balance from the club? It is possible sometimes not possible. I have done this. I have requested and I could get from the club as well as the district. So this is possible provided you have a relationship. In the next case, you see, in this case, Rotary International Club also give 4,000, district also give 5,000. In that scenario, your club is required to do only $2,600. That is all you require to create a number. Presentation gone?
No, it is there.
Huh?
No, it is there. Okay.
Okay.
Showing example 4. Yes.
Okay. Now, I will show you. I think I have to go this up. How do you see that? Okay. You see this? This is a table. If you see this table, post Rotary Club and district, international. Can you see this Excel sheet?
We can see the example 4 slide.
Excel sheet you cannot see?
No. You have to close the PPT, then
Okay.
share the screen separately. Is it a separate sheet?
I'll show you 1 minute. Now can you see?
Yes.
See, in this case, is a tabular column. We can share this. Here you see, your district is giving say $10,000 in a DDF, and international club is giving $3,000. International district is giving $1,500. Put together is $1,500. It works out automatically how much money will come from the Rotary Foundation. Here is, in this case, Rotary Foundation gives $7,600. Assume that your district will give, instead of 10,000, will give $10,000. Now, if you're given 10,000, your Rotary Foundation is giving $9,200. So you can, this table, it can help you to find out how much money you have to pay from your club and neighboring club, and how much money you require to pay for the 5% administrative cost. In this case, $9,900 is coming, $3,000 is coming from the other club, $12,900 is coming as a cash contribution. Because $12,900 cash contribution, you have to pay $645 as the administrative cost, 5% admin cost. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay. I will go back to the other slide.
You'll have to close the Excel and then open the PPT.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, having understood how much money you want to get, how to calculate, and what type of project, what are the approval has to be taken from the club, and conceive the project and prepare your project reports and everything. Let us see what are the projects can be done in under global grant. I'm giving you some sort of list. It will not be a laundry list of everything. Just an idea you can develop further.
Ravi Prakash ji,
Haji.
Can I take 1 minute before you proceed further?
Haji.
On these calculations. Number 1 is everybody present here may not know what actually the DDF is. So let us explain little bit about what the DDF is.
Okay, okay.
DDF is the district designated fund that being allocated by the Rotary Foundation to a particular district based on the contribution received from that district on annual program fund, that is unrestricted fund of the Rotary Foundation 3 years back. That means today in 24-25, if a district has a DDF of say $95,000, then 3 years earlier, that district must have contributed around 2 lakh US dollar in the annual program fund as unrestricted contribution to the Rotary Foundation. Because whatever a district contributes today in the APF, that is annual program fund, 47.5% of that fund comes back to the district on third year as the district designated fund. And how the district can use that district designated fund? When there are multiple uses, around half of that DDF can be used to have the district grant. They can contribute up to 20% to the Polio Plus Fund of the Rotary Foundation also. But normally, that district prefers to use that DDF in helping the club to have the global grants. Because the advantage is, whatever DDF you get from the district, 80% of that amount will be matched by the Rotary Foundation as their grant. So if you can manage to have some DDF from your home district and from your international partner district as well, you can ensure that 80% of that amount will come from the Rotary Foundation as their grant. So out of the minimum $30,000 grant that you have planned, most of the amounts are being covered by the DDF and the Rotary Foundation grant. So your cash contribution from your club, your other clubs, and the international partner club and other international partner clubs can become minimum. But there is no hard and fast rule that your home district will need to give the DDF. Even if you cannot manage DDF from your home district, you can do a global grant if you can organize DDF from the international partner district as well. And in each of these examples, Ravi Prakash ji is showing the contribution of the international club and the international district as 15%. This 15% is minimum. That international partner club and international partner district together will have to give minimum 50% of the total quantum of the project cost. But there is no upper limit. Even if they want, they can contribute 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of the total project cost in the form of DDF or cash contribution from their club or district. There is no upper ceiling or upper limit by Rotary Foundation that how much the international partner club and district can contribute. The minimum is 15%. So if you can convince your international partner club and district to contribute more, then your home club and home district's contribution can be minimum. And another thing which Ravi Prakash ji has pointed out, whatever cash contribution you give, Rotary Foundation will not match that in the form of their grant. Previously it was there, but for the last few years, they have done away with that. So that you will have to keep it in mind. And this $30,000 is the minimum of the project cost. You can do a global grant project up to 2 lakh US dollar. But you'll have to keep it in mind, if your project cost is more than 1 lakh US dollar, then it will go to the trustees of the Rotary Foundation, and once in every quarter they see it, and the approval time is a little bit longer. So if it is below 1 lakh US dollar, then the Rotary Foundation team, they approve it. So case to case basis, the time of approval can be minimum. This is one thing. And somebody has questioned in the chat box, Naren has already replied that whether it is mandatory to have FCRA to receive global grant amount for Rotary Foundation. Normally, for in contribution we make to the Rotary Foundation, we make it to Rotary Foundation India. And Rotary Foundation India is a separate legal entity in India, and they keep those amounts in Indian bank. And from Indian Rotary clubs, whatever global grant request goes to the Rotary Foundation, they pay it from the Rotary Foundation India account. If that money is exhausted, then money comes from the Rotary Foundation, the international account. Only for that case, your club trust need to have an FCRA to receive that amount. But normally what we have seen for the last so many years, that since India is now number 2 worldwide in contributing to the Rotary Foundation, so whatever we contribute, that is sufficient for getting the grant amount from the Rotary Foundation. So normally we don't need the FCRA to have this Rotary Foundation grant. Another thing I will request Ravi Prakash ji to highlight on this community assessment survey. Before applying to a global grant, you must have a community assessment survey, the need assessment survey. There is a separate form, there is a separate procedure. Unless you complete that survey and submit it to the Rotary Foundation, along with your application or prior to your application, your Rotary Foundation Global Grant application will not be considered. So I request Ravi Prakash ji to highlight a little bit on community assessment survey. Then you are going to suggest some of the projects. But in any 7 areas of focus, you can do a global grant project. But before that, now Rotary, you go to rotary.org in My Rotary, you go to the Rotary Foundation section. There are a number of literature and handbooks which will guide you step by step. What are the projects you can do? What are the projects you cannot do? So everything is there. There is a handbook on the Rotary Foundation Global Grant. There is a separate handbook on Rotary Foundation. There is a separate handbook on 7 areas of focus, which projects you can do and you cannot do. So all these tutorials are available in your My Rotary. So now it's again over to Ravi Prakash ji to continue further.
Okay, thank you. Correcting. And here we are talking about 15%. We are talking about is not the maximum, is a minimum requirement. For example, when you are talking, Narendra was talking about is $50,000 project we have done. Our club has contributed nil. All the entire $50,000 has come from the foreign land. So here is a possibility that you can bring, if you know the people, if you contact, and you can definitely, you can get a partnership and you can do the project. I'll go to the next slide and come back and again tell you what other things can be done in the, how the process flow will take place. Okay, what other things can be done in the global grant? Medical equipments, you can give it, like dialysis machine, sonography machine, ICU beds, solar power for the it's one, oxygen line, development of greenery, solar power of village and schools and hospital connected with the requirement is not independent. Cleaning of lake or drinking water facilities, vents in schools, toilet blocks, happy schools you are doing, multiple happy schools can be taken. Check dams, heart surgery. We are doing a lot of heart surgery is happening. We have pediatric heart surgery, cataract surgeries, VTT, vocational training team that is, then bore wells, biogas plant, crematorium, ambulance, donating cows. 3131 they have done, donating cow, sheep, sewing machines, donating auto rickshaws for women. You can think of so many things can be done under the setting up of NACU, human milk bank, the breast milk bank they call it, equipment for farmers, setting up of computers, a library, mobile cancer screening equipment, and you can go on and a list. Now, when you do all these things, how do you, first thing is your major issue comes on how do you find a partner to do the job? You require a basic, you understand about preparation of identifying the project, preparing the document, then your club will approve, your district will give ready to give money, and you are in the 7 years of focus, you are doing the whole thing. But the next impediment, I can say the important steps will be milestone, you can call it as finding the partner. So most of the things will stop at finding the partners. Here it is some of the place where you can think of finding partners. You got RYE students, you have a relationship. RYE student, they're coming from outgoing students, the clubs. Exchange program, our Rotarians also goes. A lot of Rotarian, visiting Rotarians are there. They're going to various places from your club, and they're visiting some clubs. So they have some data. Now, normally what happened is we hesitate to ask. If a visiting Rotarian has gone to some 2 clubs, there's no harm writing to them saying that we have a project. Would you like to join hands for doing the global grant? I have my experiences. When you ask, you will get probability of getting the approval. If you don't ask, nothing will come. Now, Rotarian kids and relatives, how it happens? Now, there are clubs where our own relatives and friends, for example, my president of a club, his relative in US, he wanted to contribute. When he heard about what project we are doing, he wanted to contribute. So we told them you contribute to the club in America, who in turn is a partner of our project, and they is giving $5,000, $1,000 is come from our own relatives. For example, my own relative has given $50,000 for doing the project in India after hearing what Rotary good job they are doing done in India. And she gave $50,000 in October last year. And this year, October, she gave about $40,000. So there is a possibilities of your untapped areas are there, we should do it. Then personal business contact. There are so many Rotarians who have got a business contact beyond India. You can connect with them. You may get the policies. Already partner in your club and districts. The other option is you have a Rotarians, you get to know who are a DG or Rotarians from Indian origin. They are settled down in Australia or maybe Europe or anywhere. You can touch base with them, and there's possibilities of getting attendance. Now, for example, a Rotarian from Sydney, Greater Sydney, he is associated for a project in Navi Mumbai. He is Indian origin. So you can get tapping. You have to check all the places wherever you can get the option. Then the other point is you have something called matchinggrants.org. If you go to matching.org, upload your data, give all the information, and also they ask how much fund required for the project, upload it. There are possibilities of getting the partner. For example, the next project, what I'm working on a global grant, when we projected our project, what we had done earlier, and uploaded the global grant, our project into matchinggrants.org, one district from US, they wrote to me saying that they are interested in joining hands with the $8,000 from the district foundation fund. So 8,000, I'm getting $6,500 from the Rotary Foundation. I could get about almost $14,000-15,000. I have not asked them, I have not connected with them, I have not done anything, but just by putting my project into matchinggrants.org and putting my project into Rotary Showcase, you can get the partners. And when we talk about the club contribution, it is not the club member only has to contribute. Your club members, relatives, friends, business associates, they all would contribute for the project. It is considered as a club contribution. So if you think that you have to do about $7,000, $8,000, it is not necessarily coming from your Rotary members only. It can be beyond the members. Only question is always they talk about 3-letter word is ask. Ask, you will get it. See, this is the flow chart. First, conceive the project, club and BOD okay. Then you go to community assessment. As Dada was talking about is you have a format. you have to fill up the community assessment. And also when you're doing that, we must have request letter from the people and also NOC. For example, you're doing improving water facilities in a village, or one pond, you are regenerating a pond. You must have a necessary NOC from the panchayat and a request letter from panchayat. Otherwise, it should not happen that when you do the job and they'll say that we cannot do it. So you need to have this as a part of the community assessment. Then get the quotations, find partners. Next step, when the partners is there, then find out the partner commitments. Simultaneously find out your district, how much district can give from their district designation fund. So they have limited fund maybe, or maybe large, and they want to distribute. And I have seen many clubs, many districts, they will not exhaust the designated fund because they don't have projects. Once that is done, apply online on the grant center. Go to grant center on my rotary.org. Get all the partners to authorize. That means your president, your district foundation chair, then international partner, their foundation chair, and if the other clubs are coming, all the people should authorize. Once then authorize, only that application is called from draft to become an application submitted. Then only it will go to grant office, and there is a designated officer for each district in the Evanston headquarters, and he or she will be responsible to go through the document and ask any questions. Then they will ask you laundries of questions depending upon the type of project, and they may ask you the same question repeated. They're like, for example, conflict of interest, then who will be the ownership of their project. Please remember, when the project is done, the ownership, when the project is completed, ownership is not with Rotary. The maintenance and operation will be handed over to a third party. That is like hospital, go to hospital trust. If it is a village, it go to panchayat. If it is a school, it go to the school administration. Rotary will not have the ownership of this. Once you do that and provide a dedicated bank account details, then the grant officer will give the approval. Then the approval comes, then only you can start providing funds. When you go to the grant approval comes, when you go for a Rotary Foundation donate, if you go there, you have an annual fund, polio fund, a disaster management fund. And similarly, say global grant funds. When you go to global grant, you put your global grant number, it pop up the entire details, and you start contributing that. Even $1 is less, the amount will not be transferred to you. You should be done 100% commitment has to be paid to the Rotary Foundation. Once that is received, then they will inform the Rotary Foundation India, and they will transfer fund to your bank account. Here is again, as we mentioned, talking about, it is an Indian bank is sending to Indian bank account, Indian rupee to Indian rupee, so you don't require a foreign approvals. Once it is there, you place the order, execute the project. You cannot change the scope of the project at this time. Once you applied, you cannot change the scope. Now, for example, you have done something, I say I can do extend also something else, I will do it. No, you can't do that. Whatever you are committed for that doing project, only that much you should do it. And once you complete the project, any residual amount, about $100, I think $1,000 they talk about, here is 9,999 rupees. Anything more than that, you have to transfer back to Rotary Foundation, close the bank account, and then get account audited, obtain the CS report, and submit the final report. In the final report also, they ask many questions. Now you can ask me, if it is less than 9,900, what we should do? When you given the approval from the Rotary Foundation, they will explain to you. Your first thing, they say that we would encourage the club to use entire amount for the project. But in spite of that, if you have it, then you can, with the permission of the Rotary Foundation, you can give some additional equipment there itself. For example, we have done the project, we have the dental chair, and we have required the dental chair required some sort of doctor's tools and other thing required. Instead of 2, we purchased 4. We got approval, we purchased 4, and entire money was used. So this is the one thing you should remember. And finally you submit your report and close the grant. So this is the flow. And in the Rotary Foundation, what happens is it goes to the Rotary Foundation and the officer, grant officer. He or she will go through that. She will ask you a number of questions. They're satisfied. Then they will give you peer level evaluation. That means they will hand it over to the grant officer for some other district of some other country. They will also go through that application. If they have more questions, they will ask you. Otherwise, they will grant the approval. So if you do all the steps properly, it is not a big deal. If you jump any steps or bypass any step, then it will become very difficult. So you will get frustrated. So, but best thing is, step by step you go, and is easy to complete the application. I got the application from the starting date to the getting the approval. It took about 12 days. And for information, last project, in 61 days, we closed the project. We sent the final report. So it is possible to do the project. What are the points to be noted? You have a dedicated bank account required. I told you residual amount should go back to the Rotary Foundation. Any club can do 10 projects concurrently. You can do concurrently 10 projects. There's no problem. Reporting has to be done promptly within 2 months of completion of the project, or by May. If it is an ongoing project, every May you have to give the report. End of March, May report. All documents, bills, invoices, bank passbooks, whatever is required, you have to retain for minimum 8 years, or as per the law of Government of India. Application. Now, when can you apply for a global grant? You can apply around the year. There is no problem. Anytime you can apply, and as long as funds are available, and I think they will go through that application, grant the approval. So this is a cycle. If you see draft application, then you get an authorization from all the people concerned. Once authorization comes, it's called submitted. When the submitted, you applied all the reply you give it, will get approved. And once the approval is there, you get money, and then the project complete and completion to be done. And if you go to the Rotary Foundation, rotaryindia.org, Rotary.org, there you get number of documents which is self-explanatory, and you can have a look at it. You read that. The more you go into the details, it's easier for you to do the project. Okay, this is a final what I wanted to say. Anything required? You're more open for questions. Any questions?
Yeah, so my request to everybody here is, I'm sure there are a lot of questions from people. They were all asking in the chat box. My request is just click on the react button and raise your hand, so that we will know that you're asking for a question, and we'll directly get you onto the screen. So Karthik HM, I'm trying to unmute you, Karthik. Can you?
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening. It was really interesting, sir. Sir, the thing, my question was two things, sir. One, sir was mentioning that none of my relatives or friends cannot be directly a beneficiary, but assume that I'm doing it for my hometown, which is a village. So, like more or less, people who are associated, probably some of them might be associated for a village project who is a very generic. So, how do I handle with this situation, sir?
Preferably, you should not do it in the same village.
Okay. And one more thing, like you told, like my club contributions can be with my other friends or businessmen who is not associated. So how do the recognition will be possible for them? Since
See,
it is going.
What happens is when the Rotary India, when the grant approval comes, Rotary Foundation, when you normally do the contribution to Rotary Foundation. When you go to the Rotary Foundation donor, if you go to donate, click, and it will come to the global grant. Global grant, you put down the number, and there you can pay the money. Anybody can pay the money, and they will get a recognition. As if it is $1,000, you get a PHF, $10,000, they'll get a major donor. All recognition will be available.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Oshaji.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, Oshaji. You unmute yourself. Yeah, muted.
Hi.
Right.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Can you?
Sir, what should be the maximum amount? What is the maximum amount for the global grant? I think $30,000 is the minimum value for the global grant. So what?
200,000, 2 lakh.
$2 lakh.
$2 lakh, provided it will be in. I think Anshumanda, we can give more report on this $2 lakh projects, but normally it is $2 lakh is a max cap.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
But if you get a partner to do the $2 lakh, that my 15% should come from the partner. That is about $30,000 should come to the partner. Unless you have somebody who is giving that type of money from a foreign land, it's and you have done a project with some club continuously for 3-4 years. In the beginning, it is not possible because they're all good, nice to talk and do the flag exchange and everything. When it comes to contribution, they will look other side.
Sir, can we take from the district inter-district partner
within India?
Yeah.
No, that is called. This is an international partner. Partner means international.
Okay, fine.
Within this, within India, it's become your like a
co-host, co-partner. Within district, he will be the co-partner, no?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let me try this year for something
All the best.
bigger. Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I have two questions. One related to the same that the previous Rotarian asked about conflict of interest. Let us say this is just a imaginary example. You are doing a project, let us say Happy School project with some school, and that school, the managing committee, has one member who is also Rotarian.
No, madam.
From
you can't
so
do
you
it.
cannot
You can't do
do
it.
that.
The very clear question came to me when we are doing the Matadi Hospital Trust. Is any member is a part of the trustee or related to trustee? Related also to trustee.
Okay. Okay. So Rotarian cannot be related also to that
no,
school.
you can't do it. Conflict of interest.
Okay. Okay. And that is one question. Second question is, you showed the timeline of the entire all the steps from starting to end. So sometimes it goes over multiple years. So which TDF comes, like this year's TDF or the next year TDF? Like how does it exactly
when the grant is approved and when you making the payment, that is a DDF. See, what happened is when the approval comes, assume that your project is about $50,000. Your DDF is $10,000 from your district.
Okay.
When the approval come, that time, the whatever the district is, the DDF is there, they have to transfer the funds. One single time. All money should come to the Rotary Foundation in one go. That means in one, till that time project cannot be started. Please note, no project can be done without the money coming to your bank account.
I'm still not clear. Like, let us say this year is 24-25, and the starting July, the year becomes 25-26.
Okay. Let me make it very simple. Today, our Rotary year is from July to June. So you are applying for a global grant in the month of February. And everything is completed. By the month of April, you get formal approval from the Rotary Foundation.
Okay.
Suppose it is a $30,000 grant. And the breakup of payment of 30,000 is there in the application, which has been approved by the Rotary Foundation. Then within the month of June, all these payments to be sent to the Rotary Foundation. That means the district DDF, your club contribution, the international contribution, cash or DDF, everything has to be completed within this Rotary year.
Okay.
Then your $30,000 payment is paid to the Rotary Foundation. Then they will send you the payment to the designated bank account to start the project. Then in the life cycle of the project, if the project, if you have mentioned that the project will be completed within 1 year, then in 25-26 you complete the project. If it is mentioned the project completion will take 2 years, then you can continue this project in 26-27 and 27-28.
Got it.
And every year within May, you will have to submit the interim report till 31st March, because in India, the financial year is April to March.
Okay. Yes.
So, you have to consider that, and you have to submit the interim report. And once the grant is completed, project is completed, within 2 months from the date of completion, you will have to submit the final report, as Ravi Prakash said. So, DDF and your club contribution, international contribution, every contribution is made once. And Raviji is repeatedly saying that unless you complete your entire contribution to the Rotary Foundation, they will not send you the money and you cannot start the project. So there is no confusion that next year what will happen to DDF. There is no question on that. The DDF will be paid by the current district governor and the DRFC from their DDF account. Suppose your project is not approved within this Rotary year, it goes to the next Rotary year. So the current district governor, whatever DDF he has committed, he will have no authority to pay the DDF in the next Rotary year.
Exactly.
Then you will have to again request the next year governor to allocate DDF from his fund to your project, since it was not sanctioned till 30th of June and you could not pay the DDF till 30th of June by that year. So this is the embargo. And that's why we always say, even the members' contribution and club contribution by cash, you should not pay till the project is sanctioned or approved by the Rotary Foundation. Because once you apply, you get the grant number. So many Rotarians, many clubs, what they do, once they get the grant number, they collect money from their Rotarians and they send it to the Rotary Foundation, mentioning that grant number, that it is the restricted fund. And suppose it is not sanctioned within 30th June, then those money which you have paid, that cannot be carried forward for the next year contribution to your same global grant project. That will go to the unrestricted fund of the Rotary Foundation, and again you will have to collect the same amount afresh for the next year. So that's why we always suggest, unless the grant is approved, you don't pay. And pay within the same Rotary year, at least for the DDF. Am I clear, Raviji?
Yes, yes, correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banerjee.
If I can ask, yeah.
Good evening, sir. I have two questions. One question is that we are taking a smart village project which will go about 3 to 4 years. Such a project, and the problem is that it has got the 7 areas of focus which you showed. Out of that, 4 areas of focuses are involved because multiple activities will happen in education, sports, health, and things. So, can such a project come under the global grants program?
Yes, you can come. That village development, holistic village development.
Right, holistic village development.
Yeah, it can be done, and it can be done in multiple years, 3 years.
Yes, sir. 3 years the plan. That's the plan, basically.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Kaushik.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, Anshumanda.
Bolo.
There was some mention about MOU. What is this MOU? A little bit of elaboration, please.
Look, there are two approvals are required. One, the districts needs to be qualified. That needs to be done by the district governor elect and the DRFC elect. at the district level, they do it. That the district is qualified to have the global grant formalities. Now, every Rotary Club, they want to participate in the global grant, they need to be individually qualified. And the qualification criteria, there are a few criteria. Number one is that Rotary Club needs to participate in the grant management seminar that is being conducted by the district according to the district criteria. Some district specifies that the president-elect and the club Rotary Foundation chair should participate, and they maintain the attendance record. So this is number one. They need to participate. But now Rotary, since it is becoming online, even if you cannot participate physically in the grant management seminar, you can go to the Rotary Learning Center in My Rotary, and there are grant management seminar online course. You can complete that online course, download the certificate, and submit the certificate to your district DRFC, and that will be accepted that you have attended the grant management seminar, you have completed the grant management seminar. This is number one. Second criteria is every district will send you an MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, that is designed by the Rotary Foundation. In our district, we have two MOUs. One is the standard MOU of the Rotary Foundation. One is MOU addendum. That is some more clauses that has been incorporated by the district. And these MOUs will be supplied to your club. And that MOUs have to be submitted by your two incoming club presidents, that president-elect and the president nominee, and the club Rotary Foundation chair, that is CRFC. They will have to sign it along with some document that maybe last 3 years audited account of your club and trust and your club or trust bank account. That in the MOU, the district will specify.
If it is a new trust, it is not even 3 years. If it is 1 year, 1 or 2 years.
No, that is no problem. Your club will sign the MOU. For having the global grant, you don't need to have a club trust.
And one more thing. Why we want to have? Why we want to have a president? You are a president and president-elect also sign, because there are so many places the project may spill over to the next Rotary year. Many a times, what happens is that your project conceived, you are doing the project. Next president may not be taking the same interest. Then you will not close the accounts. Understood. It happened in one of the club. And the previous IPP running around to the president for getting his approval, and he is not available. And
so MOU is a binding for the next president.
Yes, that is a binding.
MOU is a binding.
And I always suggest that MOU has to be approved by the club board, then the president and president-elect signs. So it is minuted in the club board that MOU has been placed and signed, so nobody in future can deny.
Is this a new thing, the MOU thing, or
No, it's there.
Every year we do it.
Even for doing the district grant, you should have a MOU signed.
Yes.
To the district.
Yes. There are people asking for, so let us keep the questions and answers a bit short because.
Thank you, Rotarian Ravi Prakash. Thank you, Anshumanda. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, quick. Let us do. Yeah.
Good evening. I am Rotarian Rajagopalan, Rotary Club Sabasi from Mara district 3212. Sir, I have completed 3 global grants as a primary conduct. Now I am primary conduct for international partner. Hello, I am audible?
Yeah.
Now one grant is there, that is I am the international partner, primary conduct. Now I am proposed to do 3 more global grants as a primary conduct. Can I do this? One person?
As a club, not a person. One club can undertake 10 global grants simultaneously.
Yes, but the primary conduct may be one person.
Yes, can be. As long as the club is accepting your board, there is no problem. See, Rotary recognize the club.
Yes.
The club is recognizing the member.
Okay.
Rotary Club is a member of Rotary International. You are not a member of Rotary International. You are a member of the club. Yes. So if the club have a faith in you and then happy with you to do the 10 global grants simultaneously primary contact, it is for you and your club to decide.
So second question, we have constructed tile like that under the global grant. We can purchase buses for taking students from rural area to city.
That has become a part of infrastructure. I don't know whether they'll give it or not, because if it's the ambulance type, they will give it.
Yes.
Providing a bus, I don't think we will give it, but I don't know. Anshumada, I have got any on this thing. But as far as my knowledge goes, for transporting the children from the house to the school, a bus, I don't
Yes.
think it will go through a global grant of proposal.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Arunji.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just want to ask, let's say if there is a global grant which started in 2016-17 and it is still continuing, and as per the MOU and everything, there is no expiry date written on it. So how long it can continue?
Strictly speaking, 3 years. Anshumanda, is it right? The 3 years is the period. You have to close
Yes,
it.
yes.
You have to get approval.
If it spills over more than 3 years, you need to have separate approval from the Rotary Foundation.
Approval from the Rotary Foundation.
Otherwise, it becomes overdue.
Then you will become a your club will get ineligible for doing the next global grant.
Yes, yes.
You have a time
Thank you,
for
sir.
3 years. You cannot have if you prolong, then they have to give an explanation. Money you are using, there's somebody blocking somebody's money. So you have
Okay.
to have the get back to them.
Okay,
Revert
sir.
the approval. Okay. Yes, sir. Next.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anilji.
Yeah, Anil Gupta ji is the DG for 26-27 from District 3191. Yeah, Anil Gupta ji, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening,
Welcome,
everybody.
welcome, Anilji.
I mean, no, Anshumanda will answer.
Yeah.
No, no.
Anshumanda, the question is how long we can wait after the grant is approved and before we have to send the money to the Rotary Foundation? What could be the maximum period we can delay
During the
for
year.
certain?
During the Rotary year. That Rotary year.
No,
So
but
that-
if the grant is approved, say in May or
Then June you have to send it across. June end.
or otherwise, what happens? Do we have to do it?
Your incoming district team has to approve for a DDF, and similarly international partnering club also they have to again approve for the board as well as the district has to approve that.
Okay, so it has to be kind of a
I don't say
reopening the application.
Yeah, because see, the problem is that that president of the club of international club, he's taken the approval from his board for doing the project, and if he's not doing next year, he cannot take the decision. He's only an IPP, so he has to go to their board and ask them to revise and tell them to pay the money for the next year, the same project which is approved previous year.
Yeah, correct. Yes, very
Similarly, in the case of district.
Yeah. And second is this: is there a clear definition of an international? For example, there are certain districts where, for example, India and Nepal are in the same district.
International partner.
Not in the same district. Any Rotary Club or any district outside the home country.
So
home country. So
country.
Nepal, Pakistan is outside Indian country. Now you cannot take Bangladesh as a partner because both the districts are banned. One district in Pakistan is also banned. So, but Nepal is separate country. Though Nepal is in our zone, but it is a separate country. So separate country you cannot take as an international partner.
They're not definition. They don't say zone. They're talking international partner. Yeah. So international partner is outside the boundary of our Indian soil, Indian water.
Home country. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So that was a bit of a confusion. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Mahavir.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Mahavir Jain. I own a hospital, sir. The question might be repeating whether I can get a global grant. I was told by some senior Rotarians that I can have a MOU with the conflict of interest something.
No, you can't do that. If some other club is doing and you are taking the trust you have and then you can join that, it's okay. But your club cannot do it.
My club, other club can contribute.
Yes.
Other club can do it provided you have a trust and you have to show them how you're going to use it for the public. Is it going to be a charitable thing? Are you going to charge something? Like for example, there is in Bangalore, similar thing happened is a trust is having a doctor and he's using this equipment what to be donated to the rural area is going and he is doing the treatment for retina.
Okay. Okay.
So, and he's having a document to prove that how many patients have been treated, and what are the Aadhaar card is there, and their financial income also they are putting, and he's not charging anything.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
see, Rotary, one thing is there, stewardship is most important. Okay, and they
so any Rotarian owning an establishment can take benefit of a global grant, but not from his home club.
Okay. Okay.
Any other Rotary club can give them equipments, provided what Raviji has said, that it should be used as a charitable purpose. And vice versa, even the vendors from whom you will procure the equipment,
yes,
the Rotary Foundation always suggests that should not be the relationship of a Rotarian of your own club. That also comes under the conflict of interest.
Yes.
The vendor the vendor company should not be owned by a Rotarian of your club, or the direct relationship of your club members. So that is also.
For example, your brother is having a supplier. You can't give it. You can't give it.
No.
Because see,
can our club donate a ambulance to our hospital, sir?
No. Again, coming back to the same, no conflict of interest.
Okay.
He can donate to some other club, not your club.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sonal.
Yes, I'm sorry I'm not able to start the video because I'm in the hospital at work. My basic question was that if we have two grants which cover the CSR amount and are contributing to the same project because it's a large project and a higher value, so would they be both qualifying for the CSR certificate from the Rotary Club, because they may both want it and they're contributing for that reason?
See, CSR grant projects are different from global grant project, number one.
Correct.
CSR grant operated in Rotary Foundation India, whereas the global grant operated in the Rotary Foundation.
Right.
So as far as for example, your club is want to contribute, say, about $50,000 for the project, in which $30,000 is coming from a corporate,
right,
the CSR. They can contribute to your club if you have a trust and you have a registered under Ministry of Corporate
Correct. Yes.
And your club can issue a certificate, user certificate, and through that you have to make the payment to the Rotary Foundation.
Correct.
They cannot, Rotary Foundation will not give any CSR certificate for them.
Okay, but so it is our lookout as a club to see whether we can give 2 CSR certificates or 1. That will depend totally on what that law is.
Yes, you can talk to your chartered accountants and find out. And you can, only way to do that. If the full CSR project amount is coming for the project, then you can go to different route of CSR grant India.
So essentially the Rotary International and when we are sending for the global grant, it has no impact there, negative or positive. That's not in its purview only.
Sorry, come again?
In the sense that if there are 2 CSR contributors, that is not going to impact the global grant project.
It will not impact because you are paying to your club.
Yes,
and your
it's a
club
local situation.
Your club will be positioned to give the CSR certificate.
Okay.
That
Okay,
is
sir.
your clubs.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm Sridhar Shetty from Rotary Club Kundapura South of District 3182, sir.
Yeah.
I heard somebody is asking about providing school buses, etc. In my club, I have done 3 global grants and 2 for school supporting system. 1 to a government school and the others to the special school of disabled children. We have provided 1 bus each to 2 schools under 2 different global grants. And this is very kind information, sir.
Okay. Mega recently said no, but special children, they may approve it, but normal children, I don't think. Anyhow, you've done it. It's one to me. Information, I'll take it with that. Thank you. Jaisimha.
Sir, Namaskara. I have a small doubt, Dr. Ravi sir. I'm Dr. Jaisimha from 3160. Regarding the bank account you told, no, sir, I think, can
Yeah.
we open a bank account in the cooperative bank for the government banks or a private bank? Which is
That
the
is your
best?
board can decide.
Yeah.
Your board
Club
to
can
decide.
decide.
Club board can decide. And
Okay.
as long as a bank is approved by RBI, you can
Right.
get the funds there. And you should have a confident that money, what is comes, then it'll be your responsibility to see that money is the safe, and then you can utilize the funds.
Fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Aditya.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great session about global grants and stuff. But could I know more about club websites?
Club?
Club websites. I
Aditya, I'll
like
answer this
to
question.
know more about club websites.
Okay, since there is no more question on the global grants, Naren, please highlight a little bit about having the club website.
Yeah. So Aditya, I hope everybody enjoyed the global grant session, and thank you, Anshumanji, as well as of course Ravi Prakash Bibi for elaborating the global grant. And what we'll do, a lot of people were asking about the PPT. Of course, we will share the PPT with the permission of Ravi Prakash ji to everybody, so that you can get access to that the step-by-step process which he's already mentioned there. So now coming back to Rotary India, so the question asked by Aditya is on the club website. Friends, understand one thing, anything that you do, in case you want the world to know about it, you should have a club website. So any club who has not gone for a club website, think on this option. So as asked by Aditya, let me just show one of the club websites, how beautifully it functions. Because what we have done in Rotary India is, any project that you upload in Rotary India platform, any meeting that you upload, any newsletter that you upload, any new member who gets added, or anything, even a member updates his own photograph, it gets updated on the club website. Plus, we also enabled the option where your club website can also earn money, or club website also can popularize by having the buttons for the different events which the club does. For example, I'm going to show you a club website of Rotary Club of Bombay Bayview, where they are the host for a specific event. So now let's see how they done it. I'm just showing you right away. Now look at this club website by Rotary Club of Bombay Bayview. Now they are the host for this event called as PELS, SELS, TEL, that is President-elect Learning Seminar, Secretary-elect Learning Seminar, and Treasurer-elect Training Seminar. Now, what they done is, the link they given this club website to them, so public can actually go and see what is happening in this club. They will know who the team, what the project that I done. Plus, when I click on this button of PELS, it opens up even a event which they are the host. So what am I trying to say is, this is a single platform which can take care of everything. So you don't need to struggle in terms of having multiple links. Everything is available in one platform. So you can see this now. When I clicked on the link, it opens up the separate payment gateway and everything for it. So friends, coming back to the club website, I hope you can see my screen. Look at the number of projects that done in the current year. 130 projects. If I go and see, the last project uploaded was on 31st of January. So look at the data which they have done. What it means, anything that is happening in the club is updated here. It's recorded here. And I can go and filter it. I want to go and see what project they done on the community and economy development. Once I select it, it says about various things. Let's see, empowering girls में क्या काम किया है. Go at skill development. Now they can see the project which they done on the skill development for this particular club, the cost of the project, everything is here. So friends, this is something which every club should go for. And can you see this here on the top right here? The story which I'm seeing is of current year. Now we're just discussing about CSR grant. We are discussing about all the grants, but finally anybody, even if you want to get a foreign partner, they will also want to see आपका club ने पहले क्या काम किया है. So when they see a website like this, you don't need to struggle in terms of getting the data. It's all here in the system. I can go and say, boss, 24, 25, we already done 130 projects, and I go back to 23, 24. You can see the number of projects this club has done in the last year. I'm just opening that now. 254 projects are done. Imagine if someone is trying to approach this club for a global grant or a CSR grant, they will blindly get it. Why? Because look at the numbers that they have worked on. They only done a project worth 3 crores last year, or I can go to 20 current year. It says they have done project worth. Is the live data is coming? 1.77 crores. So look at the numbers which the club has done. So anybody who wants to go for a club website, you can actually send a message in the chat box just now. You can get a simple link to click and you can register for the club website. So my request to every club in the country here is have a website, have a dynamic website. Don't have a static website. Let the world know what your club is. We have more than 1,000 clubs who already subscribed to Rotary India based website. Why? Because they want the world to know what their club is doing. So similarly, if anybody wants to do it, you can, there's K. Manjunath wants to do it. I think one of Usha or Pinky can send a link. Yeah, so you can just click on the link, Manjunath ji, and you can register. And what is the offer we are giving is if you're a president elect, don't wait till July 1st for the website. You can do it now, and your website is active up to 30th of June 2026. That means the next 3 or 4 months is not going to be charged to you. It's completely 16 months or whatever, it will be given to you automatically from the same price. So opt for it. You'll make your life simple. So Aditya, you can also click on this link and opt for the club website. Will the club have to pay for the website? Yes, Sajid ji. See, club website is not given by Rotary News Trust. It's a club's purview whether club has to go for a website or not. It is like, imagine you have a club website, you're taken from anybody. How much it costs for maintaining a website? You need to build a website, it may cost you 20,000 bucks. You need to pay for the hosting of it, it may cost you 5,000 bucks more. You need to buy a domain, it will cost another 1,500 bucks more. That's not all. Every entry of project, someone has to manage it, right? But here in Rotary India, it is dynamic, it's automatic. You don't need to do anything. One click, you can do it. Yes, Manjunath, whatever projects you have added in Rotary India till now, anyway will come. Plus, you can also add old projects. I'm going to show you that part. Example, now, when I go to this club, I can see the projects they already added from 2018 onwards. When I click on 2018, you'll see some project they would have added in 2018. You can imagine a club is 25-year-old. You have a project of a specific year. You can also add, they would have added some other content other than a project. So that is when the drop down is come here. So every year's project can be added. That means your past history, past story is also added and can be seen in the website. So anybody wants to know more about it, you can communicate to Pinky or Usha here. So Pinky and Usha, you can also share your telephone numbers in the group so they can be in touch with immediately. And anybody else wants to know about it, or else I'll take the next question from Nasir Wahid.
Yeah, good evening, friends.
Good evening.
This is Nasir from Goa. I just want, this is not related to that website. I just wanted to know for that global grant project, if that FCRA account is must or not?
No, not required.
Not required. So it's come to the normal account.
Yes. Yeah, because it comes from
already been
Indian Bank to Indian Bank.
See, for a global grant project, the money is not coming from abroad to you. It's coming from an Indian Rotary India Reserve Office. So there is no money required to come from abroad. So there is no requirement of FCRA for it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Anybody else has any question or any doubts? You can ask your questions, or else we can wind up for the day.
Yeah, Ravi Prakash ji, you have made an excellent PowerPoint presentation. It clarifies all. Very simple, lucid language you have explained. Thank you so much. Because you had the hands-on experience not only on global grant, but also on CSR grant. So I'm sure if even if anybody has any doubt, Naren, I will request when we'll send everybody the email, please mention the name of past president Ravi Prakash with his club name, and if he allows, you can also mention the mobile number in case anybody has any difficulty in applying for global grant or anything. If Ravi ji is willing, they can get in touch with them to have the clarification.
Yeah, we want Ravi.
It's a pleasure to help anybody.
So
And
his
I
number
also
is shared with his permission. So you can take down his number. It is 98212166763 and bvraviprakash@gmail.com. And for everybody
And
here.
also, we are sharing this PPT, no, Naren?
I've shared already sent up to
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And also the calculation
everybody, the
sheet.
information, Ravi Prakash is a regular in our Rotary India Masterclass.
Yes.
Him almost every sessions. That is the reason I chose him as a right speaker for a simple reason. He knows the masterclass protocols. At the same time, he knew how to simplify the whole process, very complicated global process. So thank you, Ravi ji, for.
Thank you. Rao, I sent you the Excel sheet or the calculation sheet.
Yeah, I share
that
that.
also can be shared.
Yeah,
that can be shared.
Yeah, I do that. And Pragya Mehta has a question. You can ask Pragya.
Yeah. So we will get recording also of this program, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And one more thing regarding FCRA account, I just wanted to ask that FCRA, suppose any company there or any individual wants to donate something, it should be routed through FCRA account, right?
No, for what purpose?
For any project.
No, is it conceived by your club?
Yeah, conceived by a club. But we
Conceived by
have,
the-
say, for example, if there are relatives or friends are there, and
Then what happens is if you want to give it to your club, then you should have a FCRA account.
if we have FCRA account,
Then they can transfer to your club. That is not a problem.
so any individual, any club or any company can give from there, not necessarily Rotarian.
Yeah. In fact, that's what I'm talking about. Even if you are, for example, your club wants to contribute for a global grant project and you're getting a money from non-Rotarians or a company, can be taken into your club or directly they can remit to Rotary Foundation and they will get a recognition. If it is a company's system, there's not a problem.
But for 15%, you need to have the Rotary Club. For 15%. For 15%.
No, what happens is 15%, for example, you take an example of Rotary Club in Germany. They want to contribute 15%. Then your friend, somebody is there, they can pay on, they're not in India. Okay, they can pay on their behalf, 15% behalf, they can pay to the Rotary Foundation.
I didn't get it.
For example, if friend is in Germany and you are supposed to contribute $5,000 from German club.
Right.
We can tell the German club that our acquaintance, relative, whoever is there, they will be contributing on your behalf $5,000.
On my behalf.
On their behalf.
On their behalf. Okay.
So they'll be a sleeping partner.
Oh, so they can give it to any club in Germany.
Yes. Means any club, whatever club you are want to partner.
Okay.
The partnering club, like for example, your club has to generate say 10,000 rupees. And your friend can directly contribute to Rotary Foundation for this project 5,000 rupees.
Okay.
It's not required to come to your club.
Okay, so they can just give it to Rotary Foundation.
Yes.
It can be called as foreign partner.
Yes.
Oh, that
but
is
the club should agree. Club should agree.
Oh, club should agree.
Yeah, but thing is, club is partner. No, they're the partner.
Acha, that. Acha.
So I have done, I'll tell you, I've done a project now. $50,000 project in Dallas that's committed. What my aunt did is we took the partner club in confidence. They said that we'll be the partner. They're not contributing any money. Whereas this lady on their behalf contributed $25,000 to the Rotary Foundation directly. And all credit goes to the club.
Through club.
Yes.
Directly paid, but the credit comes to this that Rotary Club of Texas.
Okay, understood.
So
So
they get a,
it has to be routed through club there.
Yes, yes.
is
Hello.
not, yeah.
Good evening, myself, Dr. Munik. I'm Rotary Club Bhavnagar, Gujarat, 3060 district. We are planning to a global grant. Can we provide a smart board to a government school?
Smart?
Education criteria.
I could not hear. Some voice cut.
A smart wall, yeah, those things can be done. That is a infrastructure. Infrastructure. It is a e-learning tool.
Yes, we can.
We can
Yes,
do,
yes.
na?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Yeah.
So coming back to this, anybody can give it to the Rotary Foundation to the club over there, right?
Yes, yes.
On behalf of the club.
Exactly.
Not on behalf of the club.